Hey photo world, welcome back to another episode here on TakeandTalkPics.com. This is another episode from the former podcast. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and join the email list. Let's get to that 1,000 subscriber marker so that way I can add a new video every single week. Enjoy. Take and Talk Pics. This is episode 40. I'm Rob Kruger, and here we are on Monday message number 5. So instead of doing a regular Monday message where I talk about the business of photography or I start to give you little tips and tricks or anything like that, this week I want to do something different, and I'm doing a video, a YouTube video here. So if you're listening to the podcast, head over to YouTube. If you're on YouTube, you can take this on the go with the podcast if you don't have time to finish it out. What I'm doing is going over just a couple pieces of new gear that I got for an upcoming trip I have. I needed to really lighten the load for my camera setup, so I ended up getting a mirrorless camera, and I wanted to make sure I could have the stability I need and not bring a huge tripod around with me and lug that around. So I picked up the Joby GorillaPod Focus. The reason I got the higher end one was to make sure I could use my DSLR if I wanted to with this kind of flexible tripod. So I thought this would be nice and easy, small, compact, lightweight to bring with me for my mirrorless system when I go on my trip, but then also if I want to use it back here at home or out on another shoot with my DSLR, I still have a small, light, easy, compact system that can support the camera setup. So it supports 5 kilograms, that's 11 pounds, and that's, the imagery they show online will be a full-frame DSLR, kind of the flagship camera like a D4 and or D4S, whatever you have out there, and then 7200 lens on it. So something really, really heavy would be able to stay pretty stable. So let me open this up, take a quick look here. So it is really compact, the flexible legs, nice. The only thing I had an issue with was it doesn't come with some sort of a ball head, because once you start wrapping it around things, it's going to be hard to get this plate level to where you'd like it. So they always suggest, or a lot of people out there suggest, getting some sort of ball head or something that can kind of help make that correction. I think Joby has one, but I didn't really feel like it was going to do the job for me of what I liked. So I ended up going to my local camera store and picking up a Promaster MG2 ball head. So Promaster is kind of like a generic brand. They do a lot of batteries, some equipment, but I've never had an issue with them. I really like the work or the products that they put out, so I picked this up as a good alternative. This GorillaPod, I picked it up on Amazon actually through Adorama, so however you want to go about it. It was about $80, free shipping. I don't think there's any tax on it, and it's a 1/4-inch screw, and then it comes with an adapter to be a 3/8, I believe. Yeah, so 3/8 screw adapter, and that's for different things like a ball head, because this specific ball head here will take a 3/8 screw. So I'm going to toss that on, and this is just going to make my life so much easier when I end up going out there to shoot to get things level. And I really like the setup of this thing here. This supports actually 6 kilograms, which is about 13 pounds, and which is irrelevant the second you put it on something that supports less. So you want to go up by the base of what you're going to be able to support with, not the ball head. Just because it can support that doesn't mean the legs are going to hold up now, and it's not a combined thing, nothing like that. So be realistic about that kind of stuff. It's really easy. So you have the smaller screw here to kind of spin the top, and you have this larger screw here to loosen the ball, and you have the vertical option there. So I was not completely satisfied with this setup. I wanted to take it a step further because this is just flat surface to screw it on to the camera, and all that really annoys me. I'd rather have a quick release plate like I do with my main tripod and the ball head I have on there. So I picked up a little quick release plate, adapter here, and we can toss that on top. That was just on Amazon for like $12. I don't remember the brand. There's a bunch of them, a lot of generic ones. This had mediocre reviews actually. A lot of people were complaining that doesn't close all the way, and I haven't found an issue with it. And since it's going to be a mirrorless system, very light, very easy, so I'm not really that concerned. If I do move to the DSLR, maybe I'll give it a little extra look. But it does have the lock on it, which I really wanted, so that way, even if it does come undone, it's not very loose for that, especially with the lock in place. So there's a lot of stability in there, but you start adding up the weight of the plate, the quick release plate, the ball head, and start subtracting out of what you can actually support still. Even with this stuff here, we're looking at not even a pound of weight, maybe a half pound. So I'm not losing a lot just to have the adjustment of being able to, wrap this around a pole or a branch or whatever, any which way I want, and then be able to still have a level camera. So I can do a lot of different things with this setup. So that's it for the GorillaPod Focus, the Promaster MG2, and then this quick release plate that I picked off of Amazon here. The GorillaPod, again, it was about $80. The Promaster ball head here was $50 or so, and then another $12. So it's not a cheap tripod setup to make that ease of the compact fit and having the stability that I'd like, but it's my gear that I'm supporting and taking care of. So when you think about it, it's a very small insurance policy to go with the name brand stuff or the stable generic things that are going to do the job just fine, and combine all that to support these expensive cameras that we go out and purchase and make our living with. So just take the step up. There are some generics of this out there, but a lot of bad reviews for those things. So the best I could find on the market was the GorillaPod being the most stable, but then Joby being the highest end brand for the flexible tripod. I'm really looking forward to using this setup with my Olympus EM10 when I hit up my trip next week out in the mountains. Looking forward to it. TakeandTalkPics.com. I'm Rob Kruger, and happy shooting.